Alright, Shalom, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Kal Halayim La, Abanaw Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kadash. Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kadash. I give double honors and respect to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and taught us this truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's beloved elect, the hopeful elect, and the one Lord, and the 1/3 Slakia, and you Israelite foreigners, you speckled birds scattered across, the four corners of the earth, scattered amongst the heathen that may look like the heathen, but your seed line / birth line goes back unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who the covenant's blessing and salvation is only meant for. Only the elect, the remnant of you, are going to be able to understand this gospel and this message, right? Lord willing, this is going to be edifying, straight to the point. But I just want to do a quick update. Right, as you see, man, this is the talk of the town, man. This is the talk of news worldwide. But ICE, man, Caesar Nero 47s, DJT's Gestapo, man. These are gonna be the guys, bringing in riots and chaos, man. As we've learned, these ICE agents have been trained by the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces. Right, they've been specifically trained, and by Amalek, and sent over here, specifically to target you, Jakes, man, because we are in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. This is the beginning of Jacob's trouble, right? So we are going to start with Second Esdras, as chapter 15, and we're going to start at verse 15. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Right, and of course the modern day sword is the gun, strongest being the nuke, and other weapons, like Esau's, sonic, beam, or and whatever devices Esau, these devils and these other nations may have. You're about to see them use in this time right now, because things are heating up. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, and as you see right now, we are in these times, man. All hell is breaking loose on the streets, as you see here, and it's not going to die down. This is only to keep escalating, man. So you sincere brothers and sisters, man, stay prayed up, keep repenting, man. And we almost there, man. And pray that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has mercy on you, because we almost the fuck out of this place, man. Get your minds right, be circumspect, because these ICE agents, man, the Gestapo, they can break in and take you at any given moment, right? Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, right? And that's what's coming to this place, man. Great tribulation. So we're gonna play these two videos right here. One from the brother of Arrows Indignation 144. Subscribe to his channel. You see the title right here, and the other one from Dabu 7. Hell on Earth in Minneapolis, man. Rioters destroy vehicles, man. And I saw from the Elder Malcolm's video, right? Like these ICE agents, right? They'll just drive someone off the fucking freeway, man. Ram into them, man. Just causing all kinds of riots and destruction. These devils, they don't give a fuck. Why? Because they know they're at their end, man. They know that at the end of their kingdom. So what's gonna happen? They're gonna crash out and resort to their blessing, which is the sword, man, or any instrument they could use for killing, and that includes their own fucking vehicle, man. So before I play the video, we're going to get the copyright disclaimer, of course. Disclaimer, copyright disclaimer to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So with that out of the way, we're going to play the first video. Play it back. And you see the copyright disclaimer right here again, so you're going to see it multiple times.
Where does this end?
I think the scary thing is that this is just the tip of the iceberg.
absolutely correct, you guys. Remember, this is literally just the beginning, because even Congress just recently approved, with their most recent spending bill, Donald Trump now is authorized to spend another $30 billion by putting 10,000 more ICE agents out on the street. Not only that, but even when it comes down to trying to block these orders, federal judges are going with Donald Trump and deciding not to block ICE from doing what they are currently doing in Minneapolis. And even this morning, Donald Trump ended up posting on his Truth Social. He indicated that he, in fact, will invoke the Insurrection Act if it continues the way it's going. And guess what? It looks like it is going to continue to go the way it is currently going in Minneapolis. And if this is just the beginning, imagine it going nationwide like this. Imagine truly that you are witnessing this happen nationwide, and Donald Trump invokes the Insurrection Act.
Internet searches today include, what is the Insurrection Act? So as a lawyer and expert focusing on issues of constitutional law and democracy, just define this act, and can Trump invoke this?
Here, the Insurrection Act authorizes the president, when it is invoked, to deploy military forces inside the United States to suppress insurrections, or rebellion, and domestic violence, and to enforce the law in the United States. Troops are allowed to perform civilian law enforcement actions. So that means things like basic arrests, searches. Historically, this act has been used only very rarely, only 30 times in American history, historically in instances of severe civil unrest. So think the Civil War, think Reconstruction, think the Civil Rights Act era and the Civil Rights era, to enforce laws desegregating the schools, for example. One notable thing, though, it does not suspend the Constitution, which is to say, even though military forces are deployed, and unlike the earlier National Guard deployments that we've seen in the last 12 months, this would include active military members who would be engaged in civilian law enforcement on American streets.
Trump just threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act in Minnesota. What does that mean? The seldom used 1807 law allows a president to deploy the military to enforce the law, particularly in cases of rebellion or civil unrest. This could include making arrests or conducting searches. Invoking the law would override the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878, which bars the military from getting involved in domestic law enforcement. So what's the criteria for a president to use the Insurrection Act? Well, it can be invoked in situations where a state's governor or legislature requests the deployment of troops. But on the flip side, it can also be used against the wishes of state leaders, like if a president thinks an unlawful obstruction or rebellion make it impossible to enforce federal law through the normal judicial process, or if the president thinks that the face of an insurrection, domestic violence, unlawful combination, or conspiracy, state officials are unable to or are refusing to protect the constitutional rights of a state's residents. But here's the thing. Words like insurrection, domestic violence, and unlawful obstruction are not explicitly defined in the Insurrection Act, and that gives the president a lot of flexibility in deciding when to use it. Now, the Insurrection Act has been used before. President Abraham Lincoln invoked the act at the start of the Civil War, and Presidents Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, and Lyndon B. Johnson all invoked it against southern states' wishes at various times during the Civil Rights era, but it hasn't been used in more than 3 decades.
That's right. This is the time that we're in. We're gonna get. Actually, let's pull this out in the blue letter. Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, meaning destruction, war, to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, Esau, Edom, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he has but a short time. Right? He knows he has a short time in rulership, man. That's why you see these fucking devils, right? Right? That's why you see these motherfuckers, man. Let me play it back. A144, call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. I just pulled it back and it randomly stopped on 144, man. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Look, I don't know about this out. We be part of the elect, man. But going back, right? You see these
Going nation.
You see these violence and chaos in the streets, man. Like it's only gonna escalate and get worse from here, man. man. And Jake, you the main target, man. You know. These 2/3 Jakes, man, that don't have the covering of the Lord, man. This is who Esau. Esau. This is who Esau's after, man. You Jakes, man. Yeah. Some of the elect, they're gonna get snatched up, but the Lord's gonna protect them during these times, man. They might get thrown into a FEMA camp, concentration camp, but the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, man. And they're gonna give them the spirit to endure, or miracles are gonna start happening, right? You're gonna see brothers with spiritual powers, or brothers getting free by by angels, man, or something, man. You never know how the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai is gonna work these miracles. Second Esdras chapter 16, verse 71. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And as Elder Apostle Tahar said, and the brothers on down, the people that do fear the Lord, or that inherently fear the Lord, are you Jakes, man? You Israelites, man. Although yes, you have 2/3, that are utterly rebellious. There's just still something in them that causes them, to not go all the way, man. Because deep down, they in some way, shape, or form, they fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. They fear the Lord, man. I remember having a conversation with my father, me speaking as a man, right? I remember getting mad at him at one point, right? And I said, I'm gonna send a curse to this damn devil, right? And then I remember him, stopping me in mid conversation, saying like, no, don't do that, because and ultimately he told me it's because he ultimately fears the Lord, right? Or right, however he said it, right? But that just goes to show you, man, in some way, shape, or form, regardless whether or not Jake's wicked or not, man, or he's actually being wicked. He like Jake still fears the Lord in some way, shape, or form, man. But when those troops get you, man, unless you have that covering by Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, unless you've been repenting, man, at that point it's already gonna be too late, man. And for you to turn back, for those who haven't already turned back yet, man, making their calling of an election sure, man, calling on the names of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, man, not these false names like JC, God, Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yeshua, you do Ahaya, Yeshaya, any of these false names, man, or these other pagan gods, man. You call those names, them damn agents, they might go harder on you, man. You like. That's why you need to be fearing Yahweh Bashim Yahushai now, as in right fucking now. Not not tomorrow, not the next day, not the next hour. Now you have to fear the Lord now, or because you see things popping off immediately. So for those who have the oil, man, great, but but for those who don't, I suggest you go, if the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, give you the spirit, man, then search up as much videos as you can, man, and turn back and repent because you see all this madness happening and taking place, man. All right. Second Esdras chapter 9. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, and that's the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Therefore, when there shall see earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and you're seeing that right now in America, right? This is no. And could these be scripted events? Yeah, sure, but that doesn't mean that this is gonna die down, man. Like the consequences are real, man. People are actually dying and getting hurt, because of these events, whether or not they're scripted. Ultimately, Yahweh Bashim has ordained this, man. Why? Is because we are in the time of judgment. We are in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. And so you Jakes better wake the fuck up now, before it's too late. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? So the prophets, man, every prophet on down, has been speaking on this, right? And has been passed down, and now is being made loud and clear today, man. Starting with the men of great millstone, with Elder Apostle Taharon on down, the brothers that speak the likewise doctrine. Like for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Right? And we are at the end, man. What we're at the end of? We're at the end of Esau, Edom's rulership, his empire, right? So I'm gonna play this next video by Dabu 7. Again, you see the copyright disclaimer, right? You see it flash on the screen. I've already said, fair use, right? Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, right? All right. So I'm gonna play this video by Dabu 7.
And that right there is a look at protesters battling with ICE and with other police officers in the area as riots have erupted in Minneapolis after the crowds gathered when an ICE agent had to shoot an illegal migrant that had a shovel. He was trying to attack him. We don't have this on video, but the word is that the man had a shovel, a weapon, and the officer was hit, was hurt, and discharged his weapon. Apparently they've got that migrant in custody. And in the meantime, we have chaos just erupting all over the place. We have Trump also warning that he's going to come through here with the Insurrection Act, and that means he's going to be able to dispatch a ton more of assets on the ground. Some people are there saying that it's the beginning of civil war. Others are saying that obviously there's people on the ground that are being paid, and we know that there are groups and factions there that are, but there are also people on the ground that are genuinely upset with different things going on. We keep having more events pop off, so it's compounding the issue. And now Trump with this threat of invoking the Insurrection Act. Well, this could happen at any time. And when he does this is going to give him abilities per the law to do certain things. Now it's getting kind of out of hand up here as they're saying the police are doing nothing. Why? Why would the police be sitting around doing nothing? It's begging for agents to come in or for Trump to pull the trigger here and send in military units under this whole Insurrection Act thing. But you can see here they're breaking into a vehicle. They broke into the weapons crate. They were breaking into FBI vehicles, stealing their rifles and their guns. And it's just at a whole different level now. It seems like no one can get this under control. In the meantime, the governor there in Minneapolis is going on TV telling people, like, look, watch out, because ICE is coming. And the word is that they're going door to door, which isn't good for people that don't want to be encountered by any of this. So a lot going on with this, just spiraling out of control. And again, Trump with this threat. Only time will tell what's going to happen here with that. I will update as he makes that move or anything else goes down. Follow me on X and join me for the live streams. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Dabu77.
All right. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. we're going to start at verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And yes, we're only in the beginning, man. This is only gonna escalate, man. You about to see Jacob shovel martial law, man. The insurrection that take full effect, man. You about to see the Egyptian against the Egyptian. Isaiah chapter 19, man. Man, on down. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, right? And why are they doing this is because, man, the Hebrew Israelites, man, starting with great millstone, man, Elder Apostle Tahar and down, has brought this truth in the forefront, man, on YouTube, man, and since then, from the early 2000s, has gone forth and look how much the world has changed because of this truth, man. Things are rapidly accelerating at an exponential rate, man. So they say, but that goes to show you, man, that that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai speaking of the time. Why? Is because we are rapidly approaching the end, man. We only gotta suffer through this much longer. You can actually see the finish line, man. But like the scripture says, man, and we gotta be tested, man. We gotta go through that fire, and that fire is coming real soon. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Right? That's what Elder Apostle Tahar is talking about, man. This is the year of apostasy, apostates. Why? Because it's gonna get so bad, man, that people are gonna fall out, bug out, break down. Because for one, man, those people, they truly didn't believe, or the Spirit of the Lord left them, man. That's a fearful thing, for the Lord, to abandon you, man. Not give you that, that spirit, that spirit of strength, having that faith, because what happened to those people ultimately, they feared for their lives, man. They feared, man. They didn't fear Yahweh Shem Yahshai, man. They didn't believe that the Lord was going to deliver them, man. As we see, and as we've seen throughout the scriptures, man, it ain't nothing for the Lord to deliver you from these said perils, man. I'm gonna give you an example, man. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, man. The king was about to burn them in that furnace, but guess what? Yahweh Shai came down and saved them, man. And that takes me to one final precept, man. To give you brothers and you sisters, some faith, man. Lord willing. Because I'm speaking for myself too. Because all this looks scary, but we're not supposed to be scared, man. We're supposed to have that faith in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai that He will deliver us from these times, man. We just gotta stay prayed up and believe, man. And most importantly, fear the Lord, man. Not these damn people, because the Lord, as the scripture said, man, the Lord promised all this shit to happen, and it's happening right now. This is the book of Sirach, or the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 10. Look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and was confounded, and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear? Keyword, did any abide in his fear, and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right. So it gives you these three things, right? And one of those these three things, man, you got to trust him first, right? You got to trust in the Lord, right? Right? Hey, you have to fear him, and how do you show you fear him, right? You do your best, right? Of course, we're not gonna keep the laws perfectly on this side, but you rehearse the righteous acts through faith, man. And faith's a part of that trust and having that fear, and ultimately, man, you also got to call on the right name, man. And his name is Yahweh. It was the name of the heavenly Father and his Son Yahweh Shai, man. Not these false names. These three things, man. As you read right here, man. You gotta have these things, man. Man, in order to be part of the hopeful elect, man. And So when shit gets bad, pray and call upon the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Turn away from your sin. Have that fear in you, man. And trust that the Lord is going to deliver you out from whatever bad situation you have, man. Pray, meditate upon it, fast. Ask when for your brothers and few sisters that can fast, man, or that the Lord puts you on the spirit to fast, right? Right? Watch brothers' videos, before they get taken down, because that famine of the word is coming real soon, right? So with that, we're gonna end off the lesson right there. Hope this lesson's been edifying and uplifting. To use sincere akim and akwath. And with that, we're gonna say Kal Halayim La Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Kadash. Double honors and respect to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well and taught us His truth. I'd also like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3, your brother Salah. And with that, I'd like to say Shalom until next time.